If you tried explaining to someone before 2009 you were terrified of a tall bloke standing in the woods, they'd probably think you were just a bit paranoid. But just like the backrooms over the last few years, back then, Slenderman became an internet phenomenon.
Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
Especially when Slender, the 8 pages, released in 2012. I remember trying to play it when I was younger and really struggling to get through it. Not because it was necessarily that hard, but because I just could not get more than 1 page without absolutely pissing my pants, which meant I never actually beat it. So now, over a decade later, it was finally time to go back and face one of my biggest childhood fears. Only this time, we weren't just collecting 8 pages, we're getting the platinum trophy in Slender, the Arrival. The setup for this game is we play as Lauren, a realtor who's come out to check on her friend Kate. Although, she's either crashed into this fence or just fancied the longer walk. Have we crashed? Looks like we've crashed right through that fence. Land for sale, please contact Kate. Alrighty. And fair play, this does actually look like a really nice place for a stroll. The graphics in this game, especially in this version, are way better than I thought they'd be. This does look lovely. I didn't realise Slenderman hung out in such a lovely place. But with that being said, as we approach Kate's house, the mood shifts and we immediately remember what kind of game we're playing here. Suddenly it doesn't look as nice. The house is a bit spooky. Oh, hello. Charlie Matheson Jr. missing. How did it go so... It was daytime, and now it's gone nighttime. How long were we walking? Ooh. Oh, this doesn't look good, does it? Oh my god, it's him. It's Slenderman. It's clear Kate's not here, and some of the rooms in this house aren't doing my hope for her well-being any favours. What's in here? Oh my god. Whoever's in here is crazy. They've definitely seen Slenderman. It was a scream. Oh, that can't be good. Oh my god. What's that? Oh my fucking god. It started shaking, it shut me up. I must say though, it is a nice house. And whilst picking up some of the many notes scattered in this game, there's a slide in the garden we can use for our first trophy. Fearless fun. We're riding a slide in a horror game. But this is just the prologue, so it's mainly about getting a feel for the atmosphere and environment. Oh my god. You saw that, right? That was him. What's in this house? That one looks a lot more abandoned. I can hear someone. Or something. Who are you? Who the fuck is that? Should I be going towards it? I guess so. A little further up is where the real game begins. And it's clear the Slender guy has got here before us. What's it say? Find me, Lauren. Are we Lauren? I think we might be. He came for me, why didn't I listen? He was right. Help me. Come find me, don't let him in. That can't be good. Slender the Arrival. We're by like a lake? What's this? Oakside Park has free canoes available for rental. I'll just take this, I guess. Pick up an oversized sign, of course, yeah. Anyway, this part will be familiar to people who have played the original 8 pages. Yes, now, the objective is to collect 8 pages. It couldn't be more direct than that. The first page was pretty easy to find, and I clearly understood what the objective was now. Why is there a random portaloo here? Oh. Leave me alone. Oh fuck, this is like the original game. Collect the pages. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. This is the part I was most scared at. But that meant the music kicked in, and it wasn't long before this started to happen. Follows. Oh my fucking god. That was fucking scary. There's another one here. Help me. I'll try. There's another note. We're finding quite a lot quite quickly. Always watches, no eyes. I'm gonna go up there because I feel like there's something up there. Problem is, he's gonna be there, isn't he? He's behind me, isn't he? He's behind me. Where is he? Guys, I'm shaking. I can't sprint anymore either. Once you find a couple, you can sort of get into the flow and find the others on the same path. But the more you collect, the harder it gets. And I could definitely feel my palms getting sweaty. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god. There's another one there. 6 out of 9. 6 out of 8, sorry. 8 pages. Hey buddy. How did you get over there? He is on my ass. I can't sprint. Where is he? What the fuck? I've sort of done a loop now. I don't actually know where the others could be. And he is on me like a rash. I'm so lost. That's where I was. So we'll go this way. No, we won't. No, we definitely won't. Oh my god. He's literally everywhere, but... He reached for me. If you just stare at him, does he actually kill you? Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck? I'm back at the toilet. The problem is, I couldn't find the 8th. And I think the game is kind of nice here, because unlike on hardcore mode, which I'd find out later, if you can't find the last one, it sort of just lets you off when Slenderman gets his mitts on you. This knocked us out of action for a while, and I was heading into the unknown, which reminds me a lot of this video's sponsor, Once Human. If you've watched this channel before, you already know I love games with creepy atmospheres, vibes that are unsettling, and having a completionist objective goal. It's a free-to-play, immersive survival experience game set in this really strange monster-filled world. You're exploring, looting, base building, taking on huge monsters, and just trying to survive in a world that feels completely torn apart. But what makes it stand out is just how weird the world actually gets. You'll come across strange anomalies that completely change how you approach survival. It feels like a world where you never really know what's waiting around the next corner. If you're on console and this all sounds of interest to you, the good news is Once Human is officially launching on PlayStation and Xbox on August 25th. It already has over 30 million players, and with its free-to-play console launch, the survival experience should feel even more immersive on a bigger screen. That's because first-person perspective will also be available on console at launch, with players on PC having access to that right now. So if you want to check it out or grab the exclusive console starter pack for launch rewards, there'll be a link in the description below. But for now, let's reawaken. The tall fella has transported us here, just outside of a mine, the Coleman Mining Company. What awaits us inside is easily the hardest part of the entire game on the hardcore playthrough later on. Although, it's not exactly a breeze now either. That's because there's these generators, and although the layout of the area is the same every time, where they spawn is completely random. So this meant I was just completely lost trying to get my bearings. This little thing is constantly chasing after you, and it's such a nuisance. The only way to fight it off is to flash your light at him, but to make things worse, occasionally you have to deal with this too. So I think I want to go back. Oh my god. What am I meant to do? What? How am I supposed to run away if Slender's in the way? I will say I did manage okay for now, and we were able to activate the lift and ride up to freedom. The mood is a little bit more pleasant again. That is, until we find a teddy. This gives us a flashback to Charlie's disappearance, and whilst it's nothing particularly stellar, it does show us how Charlie wandered off into the forest and ended up missing. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's coming for me. Oh, Slender got me. The flashbacks don't finish there either, as there's also this nightmare level, where I found this book which transported me to a random room. And you guessed it, he's here too. Was that Charlie? Oh my god, wait, that's Charlie. Okay. This place is pretty scary. It's basically a hospital of sorts, and navigating the corridors is really uncomfortable. This is giving me vibes like Silent Hill Hospital, like Brookhaven, that's it, in Silent Hill 2. What's more uncomfortable is this part where you have to climb through a vent. And genuinely, this is one of the most unsettling things I've seen in the game. My heart just sank at the sight of this. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. That's horrendous. What is this place? How have we got here? With these flashback sort of sections, there's not really a lot you can do. Sometimes you just have to sit there and accept your fate. Oh. Why is there so many of them? This also goes for the one where you reach a cave and put a tape into the VHS player. That's all you can really do here is close windows, hoping to delay the inevitable. Hide in your room. Okay. Oh. What was the point in that? It's a good game, but this part does feel like a lot of disconnected stories lumped together, and that's echoed in the next section too, as it's another flashback of sorts. This section is one of the few where Slenderman isn't actually your biggest threat. It's Charlie. What the fuck? Oh, fuck off, man. The thing is, Charlie is pretty passive. He only really guns for you when you reach the chapel, but even then, there's actually quite an easy way to escape. Oh, hey, buddy. He's coming for me. Wrapping up the last of the flashbacks. This means we can finally progress things with Lauren, and we're already near to wrapping everything up, grabbing the last of the numbered letters, and climbing up this hill with everything on fire. Unfortunately, this is where I had my first proper kiss from the Slender fella. You know what, I'm not too disappointed having my first death this late into the game, as I was so near the end. Like seriously, we make our way up to the tower, take our 10,000th step, just in time, and then we find out what happens to Kate and this unfortunate fella, before we suffer a similar fate ourselves. Do I want to go towards the crying? Is that Kate? I think that's Kate. No, that's the mast. At least we got Vans. Pretty trendy, right? Are we dead? I don't really understand the story there. I think the early game is fantastic, but it very quickly loses its way after the generator section. With the game complete, I quickly went into chapter select and back into the nightmare chapter to grab the last few collectibles I had missed. I thought that was the case. The only collectibles I was missing was on this like secret nightmare level, meaning I could now focus on beating the game on hardcore without worrying about anything else. Now this is where the platinum journey really kicks into life. I did at least have the opportunity to earn some very quick trophies in the prologue, both of which in the house. You want to grab the flashlight, that's important, and we want to go to the radio room in here. I can press the radio a few times and change stations, and there is I Love Radio for listening to all of the radio tracks in the house. There is also a piano somewhere. Master pianist. Play the piano until the first notes from No Friends is played. That's exactly it. There's also the trophy Crybaby, where we have to disrupt Charlie whilst he's crying at least 3 times. So this was a good chance to do it for the second time here. Hey Charlie, scare me again please. Thank you. And this brings us to the main course, the 8 pages once more, which is really quite tough. I had a little bit of practice under my belt, but after you grab a couple of the pages, Slender is so much more aggressive and he is all over you. There is why am I playing this game? That's hitting pause 50 times whilst you're being assaulted. For a first go, this wasn't so bad. So although he was constantly on me, I was doing a pretty good job of finding them all. Problem is, once again, the 8th note was nowhere to be seen. Yeah, I'm dead. Unfortunately, that was the best run I had for a while, as I just could not seem to gather them all consistently and avoid the Slender guy. And sometimes it just felt like there wasn't a lot I could do either. Yeah, that's just for being killed unfairly. I am really struggling on hardcore. I'm really struggling on this section. This game on hardcore is all about persistence though. Eventually, after enough practice, you'll get some luck. Although it was still pretty stressful. Oh my god. That's 8. That's all 8. I've done it quick as well. I've done it in like 4-5 minutes. We're gonna die here, but we're meant to. Into the Abyss was right after, and I knew this was going to be tricky. Yeah, so unlike the first bit, we need to get gas and then power them up. Once again though, my first attempt wasn't so bad. I knew the layout of this area, it's just the gas canisters that were my problem. I need to go the other way. I've technically got 4. I'm not focused on doing this quick, I'm just focused on not dying. But with that shit going on, it's pretty hard. So that's 4. But now I need the gas canisters. Because there's another one there, and I don't know where the last one is. Am I dead? Yeah, I'm dead. Fuck. Unfortunately though, this part was really tough. I decided since you can carry 6 gas canisters before you activate the generators, I would do that instead. But sometimes the little dude that chases you can still spawn, and I was just getting nowhere as I failed a 3rd time. Oh, fuck's sake. Wait, that killed me instantly. Oh my god. Well, at least you tried. I came back a bit later with the same plan, but I was still struggling big time. I was finding some gas canisters, but I just couldn't get the 6th one I needed. For example, on this run, I had spent about 15 minutes running in circles with no luck. So I needed a bit more planning, and this meant some maps. There's this map here which shows you where the generators and gas canisters are, and it would have been super handy to have seen this one whilst doing this challenge. But instead, I had this one, which only shows the generators. Regardless, I had a foolproof plan. I'd start on the left side and put a big fat red dot where I found a generator. If I was lucky enough to find a gas canister en route, I'd then put another big red dot in the top corner. And on the next go, I found all of them. This could be it. Right in front of me is the last gas canister I need. So I just need to go to the generators, which I've written down. Please not now, Slenderman. Oh my god. It's right here. There you go. That's all 6. Up here and we're home free. Get on it. I think that's it. Guys, that was so intense. So with the hardest part of the game out the way, we were mostly in the clear to finish the game. I just needed to do the flashbacks again, which weren't completely flawless. That scared me. I know he doesn't actually hurt you, but it still got me. Unless he can on hardcore. He can. But honestly, everything from here on could be speedrun very quickly, and it was nice to get that out of the way. And there is Fearless for beating the game on hardcore difficulty, and Speedrunner 3 for beating the game in under 45 minutes. There was one more hardcore trophy, but thankfully this one was a lot shorter. This is Genesis, and as the name implies, it's a recreation of the original 8 pages. Now, I would face my fears and do what I couldn't before. See, this all feels a lot more familiar with what I played as a kid. On this go, I was fully aware I probably wouldn't do it first time, so I just wanted to learn the map and what I was dealing with. Problem is, I left the infamous locker room towards the end, and this was just not going to end well, was it? I died so many times in here. This was one of the main reasons why I could never beat it. He'd just like corner me in here. He may still. Yeah. It's the reason all this time later. But I didn't really find this that hard. Maybe I just got lucky, but pretty quickly I found most of them and only had 2 left. I found this far easier than the chapter in the base game. 6. I can see the 7th, which means there's only 1 left. Is that it? I think that's it. What a spot that was. That's all 8. I have plans for you, Kate. And there is Retro Fan. With that out the way, we were now in cleanup mode, and this is where it all came together pretty easily. First up, we just need to say hello to Charlie one more time. Hey Charlie, can you scare me one more time? And there is Crybaby. I was then privileged with the World Cup game between Ecuador and Germany, and this got me through one more normal playthrough for another trophy. And there is I'm free for beating the game on normal difficulty. I also had to speedrun the 2 trickiest levels. Luckily, the 8 pages has a little trick I could use. So apparently the strategy is just to find one more. Hopefully there's one here. There's not. Of course there's not. My biggest annoyance with this game, especially having played it so many times now, is the sprint button. I wish your stamina was just a bit longer. Right, there's 4. So now we just want to actually run straight towards him, wherever he is. There. Okay, kill me. This should complete the level in under 5 minutes. And that's it. That's how you do it. Speedrunner. Collect 4 pages, and then let him hit you. Unfortunately, the other speedrun is a bit more annoying, as you're kind of just hoping you get good spawns for the generators. Trying to do it in under 5 minutes is a lot more tight. Luckily for me, my second go had many of them close together, and all I needed was a sprint back to the lift. So annoying when you run out of sprint, like I can't go any faster than this. There is Speedrunner 2 for beating that level in under 5 minutes though. This meant I had only one last trophy left, and it's a lot more annoying than it sounds. You need to get through the forest fire area without catching on fire, but these trees just constantly fall on you, and it's a bit of a nightmare. Luckily, there is a way around the RNG, as you can die on purpose just a little bit after, which will reset you after the fire and give you a clean run to finish off Slender, the Arrival. So for one last time, I hope, go say hello to this lovely lady. Cool. That is how you do it. Fireproof, or making it through the fire without catching on fire. And that is the Platinum Trophy in Slender, the Arrival. It's always nice to conquer something you couldn't beat as a child. Thank you, of course, to Once Human for sponsoring this video and supporting the channel. As mentioned, there's a link down below for you to check it out. But if you'd like to see something else, you can also click on the screen to see another video by me.